Excuse me. You doing a math equation, or are you gonna let your girl go through your phone?
No!
I don't really got none of the highs since I dropped my roster for my girl. But sure, yeah, I'll let her go through my phone. And if she break up with me, it's okay. Got you. You got your second target. Yo, excuse me, Archie. Would you rather let your girl go through your phone or solve the math equation?
Neither.
Alright, so we got a third target. What's good, Gun? Would you rather solve a math equation or let your girl go through your phone?
Math equation. No. I got it. Easy. Math equation. Alright. Proportions in 7.6. So to like make it easier for yourself, I want you to think about like it being equal. So both these lines are parallel to each other, and each letter has a corresponding relationship with the one that's across from it. So A corresponds to B, B corresponds to E, and C corresponds to F. Our question is B over what equals E over F. So if you look at both of the relationships, you see that E and F are side by side, and these relationships is equal to B, C. So our answer to this equation now that we know how proportions work, now we have to write them as a fraction. Because in math, we're going to have to write them as a fraction. We don't have to simplify, not yet anyways, but we still need to know how to do this. So we see the relationships between 10 is to 12, x is to 24. Alright, now that we know the relationships between them, now how would we solve it? We can write this in fraction form, and now we don't need to solve or simplify it. So x is to 10, and 12 is to 24.
X is to 10, and 12 is to 24.
So how we would write this? We would write it to try to make it equal. So if our fraction was 10 over 12, we have to make it also equal to 10 over 12. So with our two numbers, it would be x over 24. Well, if we needed to solve it, in this case we don't, but if we were to solve it, we would try to figure out like how many times, if they're equal, or like if this is a smaller number, how many times would the smaller number go into the second one? Which in this case, it would be twice. So we would do, so 2 times 12 will give us 24, and 10 times 2 will give us 20. Last one, we're almost there. It's our last stretch, let's go. So in this equation, we're just trying to solve what would be x. So to find that, you would get the corresponding number. In this case, it would be 20. And for us to like write it as a fraction, it would be x over 20 would be equal to 5.5 over 11. So what you do a cross multiply. So x would multiply to 11 to be our numerator, and then 20 would be multiplied by 5.5 to be our denominator. So it would be 11x would be equal to 25.5. Bear with me.
We 110.
110. And now we have it. You have to divide both sides by 11. So 11x divided by 11 and 110 divided by 11 will equal to 10. So our x and our final answer will be 10.